Good day. Thanks for stopping by GardenStateWeather.com, New Jersey and the Northern Mid-Atlantic region's weather news portal. I'm forecaster Robert Smith with the video forecast discussion for another soupy, showery, and thunderstorm day here in July 10th, Wednesday, 2013. Another soupy, stagnant morning at sunrise this morning. We have broken clouds, and most of these clouds are mid-level clouds. A little bit of fog, quite a bit of haze across the region as anticipated, with very light winds, almost calm in most stations here this morning. And the dew point temperatures are in the upper 60s to lower 70s, and also the air temperatures are in the low to the mid 70s across the region. There's not much going on this morning yet, but there are showers and thunderstorms from a short wave entering central and western Pennsylvania this morning, and those showers and thunderstorms with that trough access will continue to work their way east today. The atmosphere will probably become unstable again with numerous showers and thunderstorms around. Most of them will just drop a lot of water across the region, and that could lead to some localized flash flooding in any of the heavier showers and thunderstorms. We'll get to that in a moment. No watches and warnings for the region at this time. Rip currents are rather high along the south-facing shores of Long Island beaches and New Jersey beaches as well. We'll get to that in a moment. 75 in Central Park this morning. It's 77 in Philadelphia. It's 73 at Atlantic City. And the water vapor imagery this morning showing that shortwave nicely getting out of the Great Lakes and into western Pennsylvania. This is going to be moving in our direction, and with the aid of lift and surface heating this afternoon, numerous showers and some thunderstorms across the region, especially during the afternoon and early evening hours. If we take a look at the radar, we can see the showers and thunderstorms already beginning to race east. We're getting now into central Pennsylvania, and these showers and thunderstorms will reach our region during the late morning, early afternoon, and especially the early evening hours during tonight. Surface map this morning shows that nearly stationary front across southern New England into northeastern Connecticut, where the temperatures are a little cooler this morning, and the winds are also calm, and also out of the east to southeast. North of the front, south of the front, the winds are either calm or basically from the southwest as high pressure continues offshore. Thermal trough setting up across eastern Pennsylvania down through the Delmarva. Going to be a focus mechanism for showers and thunderstorms later today. We can see them already showing up on radar here and even on the surface chart across the eastern Great Lakes into eastern Ohio and western and central Pennsylvania this morning. The cold front, which is now back through the upper Great Lakes and tied to a surface wave across the upper Midwest, is advancing very slowly and may not really make it through the region until Friday at this point. Surf zone forecast for the Long Island and New York beaches. Basically, surf around 3 feet across the region this afternoon. Surf temperatures generally in the mid to the upper 60s. There's a high risk of lightning in thunderstorms today, in any of these thunderstorms across any of these regions from Coney Island all the way out to Hither Hills. And the UVI index today is very high, and that means that you can get sunburned without protection on your skin very quickly. National Hurricane Center's update on Chantal this morning at 5 a.m. Advisory number 10, maximum winds 45 miles an hour. Not much change there. Minimum central pressure 1,011 millibars, and it's moving to the west-northwest at 25 knots. The National Hurricane Center is obviously issuing advisories on Tropical Storm Chantal, located just east of the Central Caribbean Sea this morning. Elsewhere, tropical cyclone formation not expected during the next 48 hours. And Chantal obviously will be bringing some very heavy rain across the Gulf and into the Caribbean, and also parts of Florida and the western Gulf of Mexico and southeastern United States during the next several days, and we'll get to that in just a moment. And the latest 6Z morning run of the models in the tropical Atlantic monitoring Tropical Storm Chantal all keep most of this clustered into the Gulf region. A few of them getting into the eastern side of tip of southern Florida, and some of the models bringing them now into southeastern United States, but only 1 or 2 of these here is doing that. The rest of them are keeping and washing the storm out, or keeping it located to the west into the Gulf, and then keeping it away from our forecast region as well, and its influence from that. But we're not completely done with this yet, and this is the wild card into early next week as well. And it also may have an impact on the frontal boundary here across the eastern United States come this weekend as well. Not directly, but perhaps in an indirect fashion. And as mentioned in the video forecast on Monday, if this pans out, which is the ensemble height and forecast for both the GFS and the European modeling for the next 8 to 10 days, uh, ending next Saturday, the 20th, we can see ridge here, and a continuation of very strong ridging across our region, which would imply tropical air, very hazy, hot, and humid summer-like conditions continuing once again. NAMWRF composite reflectivity out of Penn State's eWall shows the low fog and clouds burning off, sunshine, and then decaying increasing clouds again across the region during this afternoon, late morning and this afternoon. Here comes the short wave across the Great Lakes and the Ohio Valley into Pennsylvania. Showers and thunderstorms moving across the region, some of them probably getting to the north of the region, some of them splitting off into the south according to the model. Any of these showers and thunderstorms will be capable of very heavy downpours, which will obviously lead to localized urban or flash flooding in any of the showers and thunderstorms. The NAM model weakens some of the convection off by late this afternoon and this evening. That is a possibility, but there are more showers and thunderstorms with the next short wave that comes through the area late tonight, after midnight into early tomorrow morning, and some of those showers and thunderstorms could be around on our back door come Thursday morning. And then numerous showers and thunderstorms are a possibility again, especially Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, and Thursday evening. And any of these showers and thunderstorms would just produce copious amounts of rain and some local and street and urban and flashier flooding. Streams and rivers in the flash flood gauges right now are pretty high, so over an hour's period. So it would take a lot of rain, actually, about 2 inches of rain in an hour's time or whatever. But that's possible in some of these heavier showers, especially slow-moving ones that train across the region. And then as we get through the day on Friday, the NAM model wants to bring clearing through the area as the cold front pushes through, with breaks in the clouds. A few leftover showers are possible still across the north on Friday morning. And then the trough and front with disturbances along it kind of stay in the area with some breaks of clouds and sunshine and drier air trying to work into the region during Friday afternoon. GFS upper level 500 heights and absolute vorticity going forward. Here comes the cold front and disturbance and trough access here across the region during the day on Wednesday. Or is this during the day? Actually, during the day on Thursday. And as the trough and axis and passes off the coast during Thursday night and Friday, we can see it slowing up here as it makes its way off the east coast, and the upper level low here kind of retrograding back or poking around the region and lingering around the region, closing off a little bit on Saturday, which could slow the possibility of clearing, especially over northern regions. The southern mid-Atlantic and central coast states, central mid-Atlantic regions, and southern New Jersey and Delmarva could be dry by the weekend, but there still could be some uncertainty here in the evolution of showers and thunderstorms across this region. Now, we're still going to have to deal with Chantal and basically the models, especially the GFS, and a consortium of the other ones we just showed you, keep it to the south and into the Gulf region and kind of dissipate it or kind of push it west, retrograde it westbound. The upper trough axis here still on Sunday lingering across the region as high pressure is squeezed here between the Central Plains building and the Run Ridge here off the mid-Atlantic coast states, the Bermuda High, which has been pumping in so much moisture. And the GFS model by next Monday continues to retrograde this feature, which makes the forecast for the later part of the weekend a little bit murkier than earlier, and it may not be so dry at all. The GFS may also be overdoing some of the precipitation, but it's a possibility that this lingering upper closed low gets squeezed and basically nowhere for it to go, so the showers and thunderstorms would be a threat into the weekend as well, especially Sunday and early Monday. And then the GFS totally backs it off and backs it southwest as the ridge takes over across the mid-Atlantic and northern Atlantic, and high pressure squeezed here through the Central Plains. And that means a return to hazy, hot, and humid conditions by the early to middle part of next week. Yes, that means hot, humid air once again returning to the mid-Atlantic region. Meanwhile, Chantal is still stuck here with or the residual whatever is left of Chantal here across the Gulf region as well. European modeling takes the cold front through the region during the day on Friday night and Saturday, with high pressure building in just across to the north and west across the region. on Saturday morning. Still has the residual effects of the trough here on Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday morning across the Northeast, as we can see by the here on the upper maps here of the okay, and then high pressure continues to rebuild across the mid-Atlantic, and that means hot, hazy, humid conditions returning for early next week. So that's a wrap for this Wednesday. Remember, live updates continually on Facebook throughout the day, and our live storm coverage continues on both websites under live coverage drop-down tabs. That's it for today. We'll be back bright and early on Thursday morning for Garden State weather. I'm forecaster Robert Smith. You make it a good Wednesday.